Yeah. Yeah, just a little.
Olympia.
Daddy.
Ah.
Brain cells. The last view. It's the last view.
Brain cells.
Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of the Last Few Brain Cells podcast. That's the show where unqualified people sit around and talk about some quality topics. I just watched my man Arter clothesline him fucking self with the headphones that he was wearing on his head. Are you all right, sir? Man, trying to get through an intro while Arter's over here trying to strangle himself.
I know what to
Dude,
give
is
you
that
for
what
your
it takes to
birthday.
get you hard anymore? You gotta strangle
You gotta
yourself.
strangle and mangle.
Yes, indeed. Well, as always, folks, we got another good episode for you today. I'm your man, Cheeks, and today I'm joined by the core group. I'm joined by your last few brain cells. I've got, of course, Arter, Hazey, and Suave Jay.
How does it do, baby boo?
Two
How you
men
feeling
and
today?
Suave Jay.
It's good. For the listeners, we're in a new studio, kinda. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
we
feeling
are.
good. It's not even nowhere close to being done, and just this setup alone is a fresh feeling, and it feels better to me.
It feels a lot better.
We can all look at
It's
each other
more
now.
open. We can all look at each other. This feels right.
This feels more like ready for discussion than, where we were.
Oh, 100%.
So-
Way better.
And we got the Mortal Kombat symbol on the wall there in case problems cannot be worked out. We'll just got to Mortal Kombat it. We just got to
have the
fight each other.
gloves.
We just got to fight each other.
Finish him.
Mortal Kombat, not Immortal Kombat. We're not trying to kill each other, right? We're just trying to-
Immortal combat. So like we could kill each other, but we wouldn't die.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
like in
you gotta
Rick and
say
Morty?
you gotta say allegedly.
Allegedly.
You ever seen
gotta say
the
allegedly.
college humor skit of the Mortal Kombat doctors? That was pretty good.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
My mans, have y'all heard of fake space theory?
No.
Well, first of all, I gotta call my suite. I need to call in on this episode. I
My
gotta call
suite.
in my suite because we need to get old
Fake
brand
space
brand
world.
flakes up in this
Like,
bitch.
So the idea
there's
that
some wild conspiracy theories out there, right?
this is one where the idea of space isn't real, and
Hey, sweetheart, you are live on the Last Few Brain Cells podcast. How are you today?
I am doing great. How are y'all doing today?
good. How
I'm
you
doing good. I can't necessarily speak for the other three guys.
We're all good over here.
Jay can speak for us. He knew. He gauged the room.
Jacob
I'm-
knows.
I'm
He
one of
gauged
them,
the room beforehand. He
yeah,
understood. He took a head
see-
count. Everybody happy? Everybody good? Okay, I'll let them know
I'm
whenever
one
they
of them
ask.
vibe feelers. I could just
Took a
feel
head count.
everybody's
Just feel
good,
out the vibe, huh?
That's right.
I like that chick from Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's right.
That's right, Mantis. She'll feel your vibe.
Yeah, I'm Manto.
Or
Yeah.
or as Drax says, you make him feel good in other ways. Ooh, got a little call.
What an amateur
Another
who didn't
caller.
turn his
Look at
phone on
this guy.
Do I
over
know,
here.
man? Do I need to get the sign that says no phones in
we're
the
good.
studio?
Dude, we should.
Please silence
Wow,
your phones.
turn your phone off, Hayes.
That's what I'm
What are you
saying.
doing, man?
It wasn't
me.
me.
That
It
was
was
Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But it's easy
It's
and quick
okay,
to
Jay.
just.
Arter said something, so I just assumed it was Hayes.
Hey, quick question. Remember how I was asked if I wanted a water and I said yeah? That just never happened.
Hey, look, I can make it happen.
No, that's fine. We're
If you
already
mute me,
locked
I'll
in.
disappear.
We're already locked in.
Take my belt
It's all
off, you
good.
can open your mouth.
Cheeks.
When I need it.
All right.
I appreciate you. So, Brand Flakes, I wanted to call you on and discuss particular conspiracy theory that I thought might just pique your interest, and
Oh, yeah, what's that?
and that it's going to be fake space theory. It's
All right.
it's a conspiracy theory that fake isn't real, and the idea of
Space isn't real.
Space isn't real, and the idea of space came from the pursuit of world domination, and the people of the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the people that operate behind the shadows, thought the only way to get us all to work together as an entire world is to unite us against a similar cause. And so if we're all trying to be united against one cause, then we can't be our own cause, so we need a conflict that isn't from here to unite us together against them. So they introduced the idea of space being this big open void in which people could, if the technology was right, traverse and travel. And And so they want you to be able to believe in space. They want you to be able to believe in UFOs, and they staged their own fake UFO sightings. And eventually, they're going to launch a fake alien attack whenever the technology gets good enough to scare the world into uniting into a one-world government. And that's what's in Area 51, the fake alien army in which they are working on to scare us so we all unite together and to become a one-world government.
That could
Which
correlate.
is a type 4 society.
Okay, so I guess my first question is, what are we looking at then? Like, is that just like a green screen draped around the Earth? What are we?
Well, we have no.
What are we seeing?
we
Yeah,
have
what we
no
seeing out
idea.
there?
I mean, we have pictures of what other people have given us, but we haven't seen space. You know, so we don't really know what's out there. It could be the greatest lie ever told. And I mean, we can already prove that the government is 100% willing to lie to you.
Oh yeah,
We've proven that time and time over. So why would this one be any different if they had an agenda to push?
I feel like Neil Armstrong wouldn't lie to us.
But
That
see, in his
man,
later
Neil is daddy.
in the later
'Cause he
years
didn't
of
even
his
walk on
life,
the
he
moon.
says he never went.
That's fair.
Yeah. It could
Did he really say
correlate.
that?
Yes.
Now listen, it could correlate with the Antarctica.
Are you
treaty.
searching it up? I hear you clacking
Yeah,
away on your
yeah.
PC.
I'm clicking.
He's clicking away. The
away.
man in the chair over there. But I think it could correlate with the Antarctica theory and why we can't go there, and why when we do approach, we're recommended by the military to leave. You know, and if and
I've
if you break
never
that
heard of that.
barrier,
I've never
Well,
been
well,
to
past
the
the-
Antarctica.
You're not allowed to
supposed-
just go to Antarctica.
if you go past the supposed conspirized ice wall, maybe there's more land, and in those areas of land could be more technology that we've never seen before in cities and civilizations that
Yeah.
belong to the Illuminati that nobody else in the world is allowed to go to, and that could be
Well,
where they
let's also
have the
think about
army or
what's
all
cool to
that.
think about with that is, so the Antarctica's North and South Pole, the coldest places on the Earth, right?
Yeah.
It's where that's why they say it's a big body of ice. What if one time the Earth was so hot that the humans couldn't survive there, and they could only survive on the poles, and now there's civilizations of people that lived there after the world eventually iced over, and they were trapped on this island, in the middle of nowhere. This is before ships and everything.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they had ships, I don't know, but they died over, and they're frozen underneath ice because now the rest of the world, this would take place over thousands and thousands of years, of course,
I mean, yeah, you're
could be.
but they could be packed miles under there, and we don't have the technology to drill miles through ice. That ice
saying
is
there's
But they
people
do.
living still, or
Huh?
like,
no dead.
oh, okay.
Like ancient civilizations, like that's where humanity
Yeah.
used to have to live to survive because the
Well-
rest of the planet was too hot. So the coldest points on the planet was the only livable place for humanity.
Well, man said, I thought you were going to hit me with some Futurama stuff.
Yeah, I was
Neanderthals
like,
under the
bro.
ice, bro.
No, I'm just hitting you with history.
That okay.
Yeah,
I'll
we
give you
went
that.
the complete opposite way. We went from space to the core, man.
Well,
Well, I'm
it
just saying.
correlates.
Yeah,
But
it
as
can all-
far
it
as
can all
space
correlate.
being wrong, like, bro, the stars move and change every night. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
you're telling me somebody's changed. Like, what are we?
I'm not
seeing?
telling you this. I'm
Could
just
be,
relating.
No, yeah.
I'm not
but-
saying I'm believing in
No, I'm
space.
saying
Okay.
you've read a lot more than I did.
Yeah.
so that's why I say you.
Now,
Well,
like-
the guy is on there, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on the topic and know everything about it. But from what I've heard and listened to and read, that the idea of space can be whatever realistically you want it to be. They can put, stars in the sky on a projector system if they have the technology and just tell you that they were always there.
Hologram
but like-
how would
So
you?
what if you get a telescope and you look at another planet?
Yeah, are
and
they
you
gonna like
see
gr-
it then?
are they gonna like green screen the planet closer to you so it looks like you're looking through it through a telescope? Do they know you're looking through a telescope?
runs
Like,
smart.
I mean, who knows?
maybe it runs on a
I mean,
program.
that's some pretty serious.
Like, this is some advanced AI
that
we're
would be
talking
like
about.
we're all in a
Well, it's just-
program sort of
it's-
thing.
even go to the
That's some
Titanic.
serious
It's just like-
computing power.
And it's just like you and I and you, I, and the rest of the men here, we cannot prove that other planets exist outside of our solar system. We only know what we've been told. But us
I mean, you could go
ourselves-
buy a telescope and look at it, but
No,
I mean,
the fuck
nobody
you
can
can't.
really prove anything if you want to say that. I
you
mean,
cannot buy a telescope strong enough to see a planet outside of our solar system.
I didn't know you said outside of our solar system. I thought you said
Exoplanets,
in
yeah.
our solar system.
No,
thought you were
outside
talking
of our
about
solar
exoplanets
system, you
too.
can't see any exoplanets outside.
So
of our
what are
solar-
they? So they're telling the truth about our solar system, and then there's just nothing else after that. That seems like a weird cutoff.
Their argument is that the government's willing to lie to us, so why believe any of it? We have no
well,
idea because
that's-
we can't prove it ourselves, so we're just blindly believing what we're being told is their argument. It's not mine. I believe
Yeah,
in
but
space
just
and the
because you
universe.
can't prove something doesn't mean it exists or
Yeah,
whatever. I mean, that's
like-
But
not a good argument.
science says proving it is everything, though.
I mean, think of like
It's nothing until you prove it. The black hole theory
Yeah, but
was nothing
can't-
until they proved it.
Can't you like not prove gravity or something? But gravity still exists.
No, they
but
can
can't,
definitely
like, prove
measure
it as a theory.
They can definitely measure gravitational
Bro,
pulls.
Yeah, but you can't prove gravity.
That's how they originally
That's what-
found planets and everything is by gravitational pulls towards like stars and shit. And that's how they found. Oh,
Black holes.
there's gravitational pulls over here. There must be planets. And
No.
then they searched
I'm
that
saying,
out.
but I'm talking about the theory of gravity can't be proven. Like they can't
Correct.
Like, actually
He's
see
right. He's
gravity.
right.
You are.
So
you're right.
you know it's still there though. Like it's still holding
Right.
us
That's a
down.
physical- that's a-
You
but
can't like
but they're
prove
saying
it's
that we're
there.
not. We could be on a plane where it's just us. You know, we're not just a ball floating in a space time continuum. Like, well, I mean, I guess you're always floating in a space time continuum.
Just
technically.
rotating to our endless death.
But-
sounds
but they
a
argue.
party.
I don't see the like.
That's a hell of
It's
a
kind of
point.
like the Earth being flat kind of thing. I don't see what they get out of
Allegedly.
doing that.
Oh well, a lot of it. I think they
what-
do it just
like,
for
where-
attention.
what's the point? You know, where's I don't know. I don't really
it's
see it.
it's a lot of people I think do it for attention more than anything. You know what I mean?
I mean, okay, so you were talking about like civilizations earlier. What's that really? Is it Amazon? The really giant forest?
The Amazon forest, yeah, it's
you know that's a
huge.
man-made. Like it's not a natural forest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like there's
I
like
don't.
so.
I
it-
feel like I've heard that, but I don't
if
really.
you go,
I can't put
if
nothing to
they
it.
went through like they go through all the different types of plants and trees and everything
Uh-huh.
that's in the forest, they're all from different parts of the world that were planted there at one point in time, and then
Really?
they're all aggressive plants, so they just took over. And as they took lidar, which is that new like laser system,
Mm-hmm.
and they shot it through the forest, and they've found.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I've seen the
my-
shit about lidar and shit, and they could see like civilizations buried underground, like Mayan towers and
They're not underground.
whatever they're called. They're pyramids.
Well, in the
or
forest, they're
things.
not underground. They're just in between the trees. And
Oh,
stuff.
but I've seen
I've
seen underground like a
yeah.
cave that leads to an underground Mayan temple, and it's huge.
yeah.
So I mean, I've seen crazy shit like that, and
possible.
lidar has been able to show that. I think it showed that entrance to that tunnel, and then showed into the tunnel.
But yet space.
I just
isn't
think y'all are
real. That's
foolish
what
for
we go
trusting
with.
something
But you know
that's
it's-
called lidar. Like it even says it's lying to you. You know, just
Lying
saying.
to
Like
you,
it's in the
dog.
name.
But
It's radar.
but here's my thing: how can we know more about like the fucking moon than we do our ocean?
We've never even been to the moon.
That's a
The
popular
moon
theory.
doesn't exist. That's the point.
He said
That's a popular. No, they never
It's a
said the
green
moon
It's a
didn't.
projection
hologram.
up there.
The fake space thing never said the moon didn't exist.
So where's it at?
And
Well,
at the
space
top
is
of our
fake and
orbit,
the moon is fake.
it's on us.
I mean, but if you think about it, like it's easier to get to space than it is to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, there's so much pressure.
Well, I mean,
I don't know,
getting to
James
the bottom of the
Cameron's been
ocean
there.
isn't.
James Cameron has been
is
there
the
like
bravest
30
pioneer.
times.
Yeah.
He's been there like 2 or 3 times.
But you know what
yeah.
he never did? He never controled it with a PlayStation controller or
A
That's what I'm
$10 million
talking about.
Nintendo.
sub is what he had.
Well, yeah, he was using an Xbox. That's why he made it.
Let's be more honest. Nintendo is traditionally more reliable than Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'd go down there with a Wii remote. That would be hard as shit.
But you have the
Hey,
Twist
don't
your
give me-
finger home.
hold on. But with the Wii remote, you could pop it in a little steering wheel from
Yeah,
Mario
the
Kart.
I get it, but I feel like the sensor would lose connection, and I'd be like, we'll just go straight to the bottom of the ocean.
You know,
No, you
You
drop
only
the
be able
wheel.
to point it at
and it
that
just
little
makes it
thing,
so
you know?
bad.
You have to keep it at the front of the sub.
when the Wii first came out, remember how often you had to recalibrate your
Yes,
controller?
yes.
Yeah, so you'd have
could
to
you-
recalibrate.
Could you imagine original Wii remote
was-
controlling a submarine?
What was the upgraded one? The Motion Pros. You
Yeah.
got to get the Motion Pro
Yeah,
Wii
you gotta
remote.
get that Motion Pro. What if you drop the steering wheel while you're in the cockpit of
does
the
it just nosedive?
subway? It
just
just takes a
nosedive.
dive.
Did y'all see the
You're like,
video?
oh shit.
Shit, I didn't put the lanyard on.
Did y'all see the video?
As
on
it's falling, that's what he
TikTok?
says. Like, oh shit, no lanyard.
And then it just implodes
Oh god.
like them
That's how it
billionaires.
was. What were you saying, Arter?
Did y'all see the video on TikTok of one of the times they went down there and he was controlling moving around underwater and then he hit a rock and he went, "Oh, I didn't see that."
Like, no shit, you're looking out of a porthole the size of.
Did y'all see the video
size
of them
of a
going
booty
in
hole.
there? They like it's weird. They don't. There's not like a door to it. They basically seal you into this tube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like,
like, even if-
sealed together.
Even if it
It's so
wouldn't,
strange.
even if it wouldn't
Don't
have
be
imploded
claustrophobic.
and they would have made it to the surface and they would have been able to find them, they'd all died from lack of oxygen because it was just sealed. They couldn't get out.
their-
They had
Their oxygen didn't run out until Thursday morning at 7 a.m.
Well, it
what he's
imploded before
saying
then.
is they couldn't open it even if they surfaced, like emergency surface or whatever, and they made it to the surface
And
in the
nobody
middle of
found them?
nowhere. If God forbid the Starlink wouldn't have worked or the GPS wouldn't have worked when it came to surface, they couldn't have opened it. So
They would have suffocated on the surface, just looking
Yeah.
at the sun. Just
You can't. Well, no, you won't be looking at the sun because you'd be level,
level.
So you'd be looking at the horizon of the water, basically.
But
But
yeah,
you wouldn't see the sun
you
unless
had
it was
to
setting.
unbolt it from the outside.
Yeah, you couldn't escape from in there.
what a great design.
But as long as someone has like a cell phone, realistic. Well, I guess
No,
not.
they had a
satellite phone.
Ryobi drill in there. They were fine. They just drilled through the hole and take
They got a
turns
sweet
breathing out the
deal at
hole.
Home Depot.
Hey, you might think it might not have enough juice, but they thought ahead. They brought 5 whole batteries for that thing.
No,
Did you-
That's what I'm saying.
He said they took extra
They left the
controllers just
charger
in
at
case.
home.
did you
They,
see?
they probably brought a change of batteries, but batteries being changed
Did
doesn't
you
help
see?
against implosions.
Did you see the monitor inside the hole? How it was mounted?
That was
Brandon
mounted
said
to
it
the hole.
screwed onto the wall.
Dude.
Hey, let's take this very, very, very delicate submarine that needs to stay intact, and let's just screw some 2-inch fucking drywall nails through the wall.
Yeah, right. They should have just
how you
duct
do
taped it at that point, Duct tape it to the wall.
Or you have like the little briefcase
You know,
that sits
it's
in your lap.
crazy.
You hold on to it, and then you open it up, and
Well,
there's
that-
the screen.
that-
and you
It's
can-
smarter.
crazy to think that like there's an amount of money where you just lose all self-awareness.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm rich. Anything's possible.
Right?
Let's
Okay,
screw
good.
into a fucking pressurized vessel.
I can
That's
go,
fine.
I can go 2 miles down,
It's
two
like
and a half
that-
miles down to
It's
look
like
at the
that same
Titanic.
lady
It's fine.
that
Don't
tried-
tell me it doesn't
we-
work.
We saw that
I
lady.
have
that,
billions.
I mean, we saw that lady that tried to go to space, that teacher, and she blew up. So I mean,
You talking about the
Well, that's
space
just because
shuttle
women
or,
shouldn't be in space.
He's talking
That's
about
a
challenging.
Jesus thing right there. Oh, my bad. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I forgot. That is my bad.
wrong podcast for that, sir.
Sorry, I'm so sorry about that. My bad. I forgot.
Talk about the
That's my
Challenger,
fault.
right?
If you're up in
Yeah.
arms about that joke, just know that joke was written by a woman.
Now, look,
My
there's
bad.
a theory about the Challenger.
I'm just
that
kidding. We don't hire
those-
women here.
That those people are still alive.
Jesus. We're canceled tomorrow. Good
There's
doing the
a-
podcast with you boys.
It was a good run.
There's a
I
theory.
mean, who's gonna stop me? I mean, I'm.
That's fair.
There's a theory about the Challenger
YouTube?
Which theory?
that that
I don't
crew
pay
is still
YouTube.
alive today, and they faked their deaths. All of them.
From the Challenger? I'm pretty sure the whole world watched it blow up.
You have to look at it at their.
Who's to say they ever got on the rocket
yeah.
though?
That-
That's fair.
Look
Okay,
into it.
so did Ocean Gate fake their death?
Well,
Maybe. Who said they actually? Well, we have the video of them getting screwed into the sub, but they could have unscrewed it right after and let them out and then dropped it.
they put on scuba diving gear, unscrewed it, and swam
Y'all
away
are
from
asking the
inside.
wrong questions. It's not that they faked their deaths. It's what did they do to the Clintons that got them put in the submarine? in the first place?
They didn't have a choice. Y'all are gonna go for
They
a ride.
were
No.
killed by Hillary, but we
Yeah.
just got to figure out why.
What's going to happen
Right.
is you're gonna
Right.
look on the Epstein flight logs and see like
Yeah.
that the captain of that ship, the CEO guy, had been there. Like he was a half owner of the island. He was in there with them or something.
So, buddy, so not that chill shit's going on. We're gonna need you to get in the sub.
Oh, and it just so happens that the camera failed at that time too.
Yeah, right.
huh?
Wasn't
Yeah.
there a GoPro? Like,
I'm pretty sure that GoPro.
I don't know. I don't think they're allowed to,
Yeah, I
to
don't
be
think that
filming
GoPro's
while it's
around.
down there because it can interfere with the connection of the controller. So
They're
can
worried about that.
implosions.
But they're not worried about the structural integrity
So
of the
can
vessel.
implosions, but they didn't think that far ahead.
I mean, to be fair, there are videos of the sub down there, so they were allowed to videotape. What happened to them videos?
fucking with you.
they do have
Where's the
some
tapes?
videos of like prior
Where's the
trips and
tapes,
shit.
Joe?
But I want to know were they
Where are
like,
the tapes, Joe?
I
Some
wonder
say
if
you
they
have
were
it. It
just
could be you.
recording
I
on
don't
it.
know.
It could be you. I could be wrong, but I think it's you. The fucking Trump. Yes, indeed. All right, I don't want to hold
Have
you
you
up too
seen the
long, my
other-
buddy. If you got to go or anything, I don't want to hold you up all day
It
for
was
you.
a good conversation, Brandon.
For sure, my boys. It's good talking to you.
It's good talking.
Y'all have
to you.
yourselves a good one.
Yes,
You too, my
indeed.
friend.
All right, I love you, my sweet.
Love you.
See y'all later, bye.
Wow. Oh my God.
Damn,
he left
hit
me
us
on red
with
with
the-
the I love you.
Me too. Both of us.
God damn.
Man, he just what did he do? He shit
just
on
said
women
I.
and then told us he doesn't love us, and then he dipped
Well, if
out.
you're
huh?
shitting on women, then I don't want you to love
That's
me.
right, man. That's right.
Hey, some people really get into that.
They do.
But that's a different podcast too.
That's up to the woman.
Back to this Titan submarine.
Speaking of Titan
man.
and Titanic, do y'all
Well,
want
man,
to talk about the conspiracy theory about
Oh,
the
with it being the
Titanic,
Olympia?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely
okay.
the
So
Olympia.
is this new or is this old?
No.
This
No,
is
this is
old.
theory.
This
So,
theory's been around for about 20 years, I believe.
Probably
20, 30
longer
years.
than
So, like, the first time they actually went down there, well, not the first time they went down there, but a few times after they went down there, they
After it sunk.
Yeah, after it sunk, they went down and they saw the propeller, and on the propeller it was stamped Olympia.
Yeah. They forgot. They
And
forgot.
all
to
they did was
change
argue that they just moved over a part.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they argued that a part got moved over. One of the propellers for the Titanic was messed up, so they took
So
it
is
off the
this
Olympia.
part of the same conspiracy that the Titanic never hit an iceberg?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Technically, yeah.
so
Like,
what that
is
was
it
so
together?
about 2
Or
months
that he hit it on purpose.
about 2 months before the Titanic was launched, the Olympia had an accident and like half of like a 20-meter, 30-meter hole in the side of the hull was formed, and it was pretty much like they had no insurance on it, and it was unrepairable. It was a doomed ship. So they half-ass fixed it, is what the theory is. They half-ass fixed it, replaced it with the Titanic because they were the same ship. They were built to the same specifications.
standards, yeah.
So they half-ass fixed it, replaced it with the Titanic, made the Titanic the Olympia, made the Olympia the Titanic,
So you're saying the Titanic, like,
and they set off.
so
they-
it did sink like it sunk,
Yes.
but you're saying it wasn't the Titanic
it wasn't the
that
iceberg.
people
It was
thought.
that they got close to the iceberg, and then they just set off explosions inside the hull in the engine room. Is the theory?
Yeah.
So it's not a theory that like the
'Cause, I
Titanic
mean-
never sunk. It
No.
did sink.
It's
They
a theory
just-
that it wasn't the
ship
Titanic.
they
It
thought they
wasn't
were
the
on.
Titanic. It was the Olympia.
And what brand new ship at that time didn't have like emergency things in place to where if the hull broke at any point, like they didn't have like shut
Well, not
doors
only
and shit
that,
like
like was I know it's a different time period than today,
Well,
right? But like, how many passengers were on that fucking ship to not be able to have enough rescue boats?
I know they didn't even have. If they had enough rescue boats, everybody could have made it out because they had like 6 or 7 hours before, like
Yeah,
from
like,
time of
it-
impact till sink. They had like hours.
So what was the name of the ship that came to the rescue and picked up all the survivors?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Anyways, that ship left port with nothing but linen for clothes and anchored 6 miles away from the accident.
See, that's crazy. Like I don't even know about all that.
Yes.
Like
It was anchored 6 miles away from where they hit the iceberg. Why? For no reason. Just in the middle of the
see, like
Pacific Ocean.
conspiracies like that, right? That actually truly
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
It, has
It makes you
facts
think
to
about
back
the
it up.
wild.
And then another
conspiracies.
thing
The
is
Carpathia. Hayes.
who owned the
The
Titanic?
ship was the Carpathia.
Oh,
that-
JP Morgan.
that
No,
saved
it wasn't.
the Titanic
It wasn't J.P.
survivors.
Morgan, was it?
Yeah, it was J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan's big rivals were all on the Titanic, and J.P. Morgan himself was also supposed to be on the Titanic. And at the last second, J.P. Morgan canceled, and all of his rivals died. on
at the time, the argument was the Federal Reserve. They were trying to create the Federal Reserve. J.P. Morgan was,
And
and
he
a,
needed the
and a bunch of
Yeah,
other
and
people.
that insurance money would be very good. for
And
the Federal
all the
Reserve.
people on the ship were opposed to the Federal Reserve. All the
It
rich
just-
people.
It makes too much sense. man.
It does make a lot of sense, but that's like the only thing I've seen about it was there were pictures of like the Titanic underwater and everything doesn't match live or pictures from it being.
well,
above
I mean,
it.
you gotta remember after sinking and being down there for so long,
Well,
there's a lot of stuff that's
not
gonna
only
match.
that, but there's stuff that's like built and made onto the ship that are not on the ship
well, it's the Olympia.
previously.
Wasn't the same.
It's the Olympia that got a fresh paint job, and then they got all that insurance money from all the money they spent on the Titanic, and then the Titanic they just wrote the Olympia on it and sailed it away. So now they have the ship and the money for a brand new ship. While all they had to do was get rid of an old.
It was like a $5 million insurance policy too.
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Back
sure
then,
like our
back
whole
then,
country was
billions.
made on.
Yeah,
a
back then
conspiracy.
that's a couple $2 billion, bro.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure our whole country was made on a conspiracy.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
definitely.
Of
Did we
Fucking
ever?
course it
Did we
was.
ever fight the British for United States, or did they just give it up? Let's be honest.
Well, they probably fought, but the people above
Okay, I think
them-
that's a little far of a stretch.
well,
people
no,
above
no.
them, they got with the king.
we were able to easily beat them, and do you know
Yeah.
why? Because they took the old colonial way of like we used to fight of. I'm gonna one row kneels and one row stands behind with the muskets, and then one row shoots, and while they're reloading, the other row shoots, and you just go back and forth like gentlemen. And we didn't do that because we came over here and got fucked up by Native Americans who were hiding in the trees and shit. And then we started doing that, so they didn't stand a chance. They were in their fields marching up, ready to do their row by row battle, the good old honorable way. And we're in the fucking trees and bushes sniping them
Yeah,
out of
we
nowhere.
fucked 'em up.
So we annihilated them.
and then what? Two generations later, we
Do you-
decided to do it again in Civil War.
Do you know what the
To each other.
Do you know what
Yeah.
percentage Well, no, they in the Civil War they took cover and shit. They didn't do the traditional.
It changed warfare.
I know, but they still.
But do you know
similar?
Do you know what percent of the population agreed with independence from Britain?
Probably not many. Probably like what 20%, 30%, 15,
Nope.
10,
Nope.
5,
Nope.
1,
No.
2,
100%.
3%.
3% of the population was in agreement of declaring their independence from Britain. The rest of the population didn't want
So
to.
half of our ancestors were like, "Nah, fuck that. I like Britain."
Half, 97% of your ancestors were like, "Nah, fuck that. I want Britain."
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the United States is so
didn't want
like
war.
it's so muddled now with so many different not muddled.
Yeah,
I
they
like
didn't
say
want
muddled.
war. I think they didn't want it because they didn't realize how easily we could take it.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's so diversified now. So I'd say about 50% of our ancestors, because not all of America is
You know what?
hailed from Britain anymore.
It wouldn't have been so bad if we paid our taxes and stuff like that. And I think Britain would eventually let us.
Jay, I don't want to pay taxes now.
Yeah, I know.
I
That's
mean,
so
nobody
again,
does.
we broke off to
But
them, so
you
we don't
don't
have to
break
pay
that until
taxes.
And
war
now we pay
doesn't it?
taxes. It's great,
The
isn't
only
it?
argument is that we're
Right.
paying taxes to a different country, so we would
Yeah.
take no benefits from it. But now we pay taxes to our own country, in which we see benefits from it. But where are the
Where?
benefits?
I ain't see no benefits.
Where are the benefits, Joe?
Yeah, we would have been an entirely different country, like not a superpower, if we stayed under Britain.
I'm telling you, man. We just need a quick.
Or Britain would have
We
been
just
the
need.
superpower.
I
true.
don't condone violence, but we just need a quick mutiny. That's all we need.
A little quick mutiny.
Second revolution from within our own country.
Another liberation. America. Nah, we need to get
Liberation.
rid of that name. The United States of America. Nah. We should change. What should
Did
our
y'all
new
see where
country name
Texas
be? It
was
should be
trying
fuck
to
off.
Succeed for the longest time.
Yeah, they've been trying
Texas
to succeed
hit-
for like 20 years.
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say they've been talking
When
about seceding
Obama's
for a long
elected,
time.
succeeding. Trump gets elected. All right, we're back in. All right, fucking Biden gets elected. Oh, we're
Secede.
succeeding again.
Secede.
Yep.
If there's a Democratic president, we succeed.
Yep, the bipartisan system's.
I feel
a
like
joke.
Succeed.
elections are just rigged things that the
Succeed.
government uses to go back and forth between the two parties. So things get passed every couple of years and then gets changed and then blah.
I know
Goes
we're too
back
busy
and forth.
fighting each other instead of actually making
Yeah.
a better country. Don't
the
just
left
love-
side
Which
and right
I don't have a
side
lot
went
of.
their
I don't have a
way.
lot of opinion. I don't vote. So
You know what the right way is? It's a little bit of left and it's a little bit of right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I don't vote. My opinion goes out the window. You know.
I do vote. I do think it's our civic
For sure,
duty
if
to
you're
vote
too
personally.
heavy
vote for
right.
what
it's-
you believe in. You know,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't really like.
if you don't believe in anything, then yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, I agree with Kane. If you're too heavy right, it's just ridiculous. If you're too heavy left, it's ridiculous. It's got to be in the middle.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I agree with Cheeks.
Yes, indeed, guys.
Did you
It's
not?
just
Oh.
I
one of
did.
those things.
I did.
It's all good. So, but this is what I don't understand. So we break off from Britain, right? We don't want to pay taxes anymore. So we're like, fuck you, Britain, right? I don't know. I'm writing shit down. So we're like,
Because he's
fuck you,
official.
Britain.
The Queen's gonna see that.
She's dead.
I'm joking.
She still. I see it. Look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sees it right now.
I mean,
then she's dead.
she survived like 98 years, 99.
She,
I think- dude, I
she
think it
saw
was
the
longer than
Titanic
that.
sail.
I know, but I'm saying she survived
Yeah.
that long. You don't think she
Did
could
she?
survive in the
Wait, no,
afterlife?
Well, her
1912?
dad did,
1912, no. Yes, she did.
Her father.
It was like
did.
10 years before she was born.
She,
What'd
it
you
was
say?
the talk of the
She
household.
waved it off.
She survived that long in the real world. You don't
She's
think she can
old
survive
then.
in the afterlife?
She
Come
has
on
a
now.
cane. She's like,
the Titanic.
She's looking down on you right now.
I don't think she
she's
is.
looking down.
She's looking down on her
you.
family, going, "What?"
I think if there is an afterlife, I think, to be honest, between you and I think she's looking up. I'm not
Maybe.
gonna lie. Fucking England's done some fucking shitty things. You think they're
But
going
it's
to
the
heaven?
Queen.
She's done shitty things.
A lot.
She's covered up a lot of things that her fucking
was it-
husband did. A lot.
Yeah.
Which prince was it? That
Prince Charles?
was it Charles that married the indigenous woman?
Prince Edward?
One that got like removed from the
Edward?
family.
I'm trying to think. I don't follow them.
She pretty much did. She's like, you muddled the bloodline.
Yeah, like it was crazy.
it was a big deal when old boy wanted to marry the American woman because she already had kids and shit.
Yeah.
They want to be stuck in their old ways and keep the bloodline pure.
No, you're not marrying her. You're fucking your sister.
That's right. They would have
Bloodline clean.
keep it clean.
Roll Tide.
All these incestuous shit going on.
I mean, back in
they
the
wanted to
like
keep that
we're
going.
talking about back in like 1700, 1800 England. They were probably like
I saw.
Oh yeah, they were
I don't
fucked up.
remember
That's
where
why
it
they,
was.
you know,
they were doing it.
yeah,
I don't remember where it was, but it was some dude was just like ripping into like the Catholic Church and the accusations of alleged accusations of pedophilia and all that stuff between the priest and shit or whatever, and this dude was just going in on them and just hitting them with the jokes. And some lady was like, don't you think you're going a little too far with the Catholic Church jokes? And he's like, don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? I was like, man.
Yeah, for real.
Now what you got to say about that?
What you
That
got
if
to
it
say
looks
about
like a
that?
duck
And if it
and
quacks,
it quacks
like
a duck,
it
It's a
might
chicken.
just
be
be.
a chicken.
Who knows?
Hey,
That's a good saying. There.
have y'all? I know y'all probably haven't, but have y'all seen anything on TikTok about the Melly trial?
No.
I might
us
have,
in.
and I don't know. It's
Fill
called
us in,
another trial.
brother.
Well, he's on trial for like double murder of his two best friends from 2018, 2017.
No, I'm not familiar with that one. Then.
He's been in jail for 5 years on this case.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a video. Him, three of his friends, all part of YNW crew that he made. It was Borland, Sack Chaser, and Juvie.
Sack Chaser.
Yeah, Sack Chaser and Juvie.
He just wanted him some
Chases-
sack.
Were,
Chasing that
sack.
sack.
So they were shot and killed inside
Oh,
the
is that
car.
a sack? Give me it.
They were shot and killed inside of this car.
Probably shouldn't be making fun of that.
Bortland then drove this car to the hospital and announced that they were in a drive-by and the two friends were killed. So as the cops get to this car is riddled with bullets all along the passenger side where the two friends that died were sitting. So as they look at it, they were killed from inside the car, and then somebody got out and just shot up the car. So it looked like a drive-by.
They staged it.
So they arrested Melly, saying that Melly killed his two best friends or whatever inside the car. Then the other guy drove him to the hospital. This other guy has not really was like released, saying that he was a victim. Blah blah blah. The cops never really went after him, even though they've proven he drove the two bodies around for 30 minutes after they were killed.
Damn.
He went to the hospital with a change of clothes. He has gunshot residue on his hands from that night.
Yeah.
Melly had none of that.
Oh.
So what's crazy is he's been in jail for 5 years. They've been building this case for 5 years. The defense has thrown everything out that the prosecution has put into trial. So the prosecution came in on day one with 78 pages of evidence. They're on day 8, day 9, and they're down to 27 pages left.
Yeah.
Like they are destroying the prosecution's case.
If the guy doesn't have residue on his clothes or his person,
That is what I
Well,
like to
so
call
they
and if
have-
that could be
probable doubt.
proven,
They have no gun.
no gun.
They have no motive.
Reasonable
no
doubt. Sorry,
motive. I
reasonable
mean, it's his
doubt.
friends, you know.
They
Probable cause.
like it's
Most people don't
insane.
shoot up their best friends or whatever. You
Well,
know,
and
so-
that's what the defense has thrown out the statement. I guess is open arguments. He was like to the jury. He said, "Your job is to not look for evidence against in the prosecution." He's like, "Your job is to look for the doubt that there's in the gaps that they
Yeah.
leave."
Yeah, the job isn't to prove
And
innocence. It's the job is to prove doubt.
And if like I've been watching this trial because it's just he's a famous rapper, you know, blah blah blah. I've been watching it because it's all live streamed.
I'm trying
now.
to get jury duty so bad. I just want to go
And
and do jury duty.
you
what's
don't want it, man.
watching it. It's crazy.
That's interesting to me. That kind of stuff I do want.
Yeah, like the way the
annoying.
defense is going through it, like they're not fighting against everything. All they're doing is saying that's not relevant. This has nothing to do with this. Like they got all these phone texts and DMs and pictures of Snapchat of him with guns and gang signs and you know
Yeah, but-
all this stuff. They got it all thrown out because they're like it's not relevant to the case. That's just
Yeah.
demoralizing to his character to the
Yeah,
jury.
it's something that
And the judge
that,
agreed. He was like, "Yeah, that's
I
just
mean, look,
demoralizing."
like the hip hop community,
And that's what the
which I
defense is.
listen to a lot. That's just their music videos.
And he
a lot
was
of
like,
times,
"It's just
you know?
it's a character. He has to persona
yeah, it's
for
a,
the
it's a
community."
character.
I
He's
play a character
personifying.
right now.
Like
So-
that doesn't mean after the music video he
I gotta
takes
say
those
that in
guns
case I
and
ever
shoots
say
his best
anything
friends in the
weird, you know.
face.
I can be like, I was playing a character.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's
Like
the proof.
that doesn't mean he uses those guns. I mean, that might be movie props.
And that's what it's just it's just
You never
it's
know.
insane the amount of time that
How
they've had
quickly
him
that
in
man
jail.
was thrown in jail. Yeah,
yeah,
I
he
get-
was.
I-
It was
yeah.
like 7 months after, 6
Right?
months after,
But he didn't have a lot of.
and
he
then
didn't
thrown in jail for the murders.
Have, yeah, he didn't have a chance. Yeah.
Oh, did y'all see the rumors yesterday that emerged that apparently Deadpool 3, in addition, sorry, this is random out of left field, but it just hit my brain and I
New
want to say it before I
topic,
forget. But Deadpool 3 not only will have, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but apparently another character is being
Tobey
asked.
Maguire?
Pause. Hugh Jackman's gonna do another Wolverine.
In
Yeah,
Deadpool
confirmed.
3, yeah, it's
He's so
confirmed.
old.
He's confirmed.
It's his
in
last
Deadpool
one.
3.
He's only coming back so that Deadpool and Wolverine can have a movie together.
He's been
And
constantly
it takes
begged by Ryan
it's
Reynolds.
it's canon and it takes place before Logan.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes place before Logan. They actually did a little video about it, and it was Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds sitting on the couch. You know, they were themselves. And I'm like, we just had some news so big we had to tell you ourselves or whatever. We just got it confirmed with the studio that Wolverine will be in Deadpool 3 and Hugh Jackman is reprising his role. But they said that they're going to use this movie to bring Deadpool in the MCU and say goodbye to like the Fox universe. So like the Fantastic Four are going to be in it. All the X-Men are going to be in it. Halle Berry's
The
supposed to be
movie
back.
Fantastic Four people?
The
Or,
original, the original movie, just to say goodbye to them.
Oh, okay.
They're all gonna.
So
have,
we're not going to
good
create
send
no.
off.
Hugh,
anything.
the stars apparently of the movie is Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds jumping through like the Fox universe apparently with the help of Owen Wilson from Loki, his character Agent Morbius.
Yeah,
Morpheus.
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 Morbius. No, not Morbius.
I think it's
Morbius is the vampire.
Yeah,
Is it Morpheus? I think that's right.
His
I
agent.
think it is. That sounds right. Morpheus.
Whatever.
But I could find out. For
But
us.
what
So
I'm
he's going to be with the TVA and they're going to be jumping around. That's how Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is going to get in the MCU. But Hugh Jackman's probably not going to come. But they confirmed all these cameos, like the Fantastic Four cameos are probably going to be in there. The X-Men cameos, like the
Artie,
Cyclops.
it's Mobius.
Mobius. Cyclops is getting his James Marsden's playing Cyclops again one more time.
yeah, like all the OG characters.
Jean Grey, the OG, Halle Berry's coming back, but now they just confirmed also apparently that fucking Ben Affleck Daredevil's in it.
Nice, dude. You know he wanted to reprise that role just for
Come
the
back
hell
to-
of it.
I
Say
guess
goodbye.
what I'm more
Yeah.
worried about
I-
is I've always wanted a Fantastic Four that's better than what we had, and I don't.
And we
want the
will.
original
We are no.
We'll
We
get
are.
there.
We are. Apparently, Mr. Fantastic's apparently fucking being played by Adam Driver.
That's amazing.
I know that.
That's
Like
a good.
that
Ever since I
is-
heard that,
shows.
I don't want anything else. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like
that's it. That's it.
That's
Dude,
solid. That's a
because
solid
Mr.
choice.
Fantastic he has the mindset. I'm
Egotistical.
smarter than you, and I fucking know it. And like, so I'm not going to sit here. You can talk to me, and I'll be like, shut up. There's nothing.
What was the
your
guy's
your
name who
intelligence
played it?
offers
You
me
could
nothing.
say,
Do
yeah.
not talk to me. He'll say shit like that. Like,
what's the guy's name who played Reed?
John Krasinski and
He's
Mulder.
not a bad actor.
Too old though.
But
you need a guy
well,
that
not
can
only-
take on.
He was
years.
a more established. Reed
Not only
Richards,
that,
you
it
know?
was just the way he played Reed Richards. I didn't like.
I got you.
I don't like how he just got two people. Like the way he died.
Oh,
can't
yeah,
die
Yeah,
that
he
way.
got unraveled and then popped.
He
Just-
can't be unstretched. Like that's kind of his thing.
Like he could just stretch
Well,
forever.
But I
She
guess you
can
can
change
argue that
reality.
he changed reality
Yeah.
to where he could be unstretched. Like,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
maybe
That's the
should-
argument.
but that's
I'm gonna
messy
go.
writing at that point.
It
Well,
is, but it makes
It's
sense.
fast
because
writing.
then what
Yeah,
isn't
it's fast.
possible at that point?
Yeah,
Why-
because I think her character.
why doesn't she just walk through and just turn them
The
all to
way-
Thanos dust and not fight anybody? Because she can write
Exactly.
reality to be whatever she wants. So she
Exactly.
can write these people don't exist in reality and just walk right along.
Yep, the way that she could
I mean,
bend
that's what she
reality
can do,
to
though.
her.
I know, but in the comics they write it better. In the movies they're not explaining it at all.
Well, that's because they only.
They
you
might
know.
assume that its audience already knows what happens in the comics, so they're like,
Fuck
"Oh,
you,
she can
no,
bend
they
reality."
don't.
Oh, yeah.
90%.
They made $1 billion, over $1 billion.
Most
Of
of them don't.
Marvel's audience does not have
they just-
anything to do with comics.
They're like
It has everything
NPCs.
to
They
do
go in the
with-
theater, watch the movie. They're like, "Oh, yay! Wait for the next one."
There is over the Endgame made
Read
over
the
$1 billion in theaters. No fucking single comic book has made over $1 billion. And comic books, no one's even made a quarter of that.
But it helps you understand
Who's calling
the
you?
characters better.
Jimmy.
Wow.
We
Best thing I could say without saying his name. You know.
Mhm.
we're some sought
I know who you
after
meant.
people here
Yeah.
on the Brain Cells podcast.
Because I know he wouldn't want you to say his name.
Yeah.
You'd
I
hear
think-
some shit about it.
Pretty sure I said it one day on podcast.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna like actually say it. So
That's fine though. Moving on. But apparently,
But as I was saying, I'm sorry. Marvel's fan base. I mean, they really don't follow comics like that. If you go talk to anybody who says they're a Marvel fan, like I know a few who's like, no, I've read them all, or like hitched up
Yeah.
with them. But like
I know
majority
a good bit
of
about
it,
him.
I think you're doing a disservice to
I'm
yourself.
a fucking nerd.
Nah,
I know a
well,
good
I
bit
mean,
about him.
I watched all the Harry Potter movies and I really
As a
loved them,
fan.
and I never read them until Kane gave me the books.
Cheeks,
But
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
you
I'm
like
sorry.
Harry Potter better now?
We were talking about names.
But
and
aren't the
shit.
books so
Don't you
much
like it
better?
better? Like,
So I am
you-
like
you
a quarter of
appreciate
the
it
way
more, right?
through Half Blood Prince, and I will say
Half Blood Prince is the best one.
4 is my favorite movie,
Mhm.
but 5 has been my favorite book so far.
5 is such a good book.
So
But hey, 6 is really fucking good.
I took a break. I haven't read them in a while. I got it burnt
6
out.
is really
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
It's a lot to take in.
You have to
So,
power through.
yeah.
Especially the first half of 7's kind of boring.
Doesn't one of them have more pages than the Bible? You know, like,
No.
you know,
No.
okay.
No, none of them are over 1,000.
Okay.
Bro, if we're talking about the Bible, bro, Gutenberg Bible.
We're not talking about the Bible. I don't want to talk about the Bible.
No, I was just asking.
No Bible.
Because, I mean, they're big books. They're big books.
But
A lot of
the apparently the thing is they're gonna get through Secret Wars, and then there's gonna be like a secret phase behind Secret Wars.
Secret Wars movie
'Cause I think-
probably going to be like a 3-hour movie.
Well, I think okay, I don't know how much credit there is to this, but I've read from reporting from multiple sources that some of the plans got leaked, and apparently Secret Wars
Leaked.
is gonna like at the end of Secret Wars, reality is gonna come undone, and then like all of Phase 8 is just gonna be what ifs.
So
It is gonna be like random what ifs, like out of nowhere.
are
like,
they just
all the
trying to
movies-
create something for more
Well, hold
money
on.
later?
Well, hold on. There is a plan. Let me explain.
Okay.
So,
I'll
like
listen.
at the end of Secret Wars, apparently everything's gonna unravel, and basically you're gonna be in like anything can be happening at any time, anywhere. Like a character from like 1950s could be hanging out with like Spider-Man 2099. Like you have no fucking clue. Like everything's crashed in on each other, and then like it's gonna have to like a universe explodes and then re-implodes and pulls itself back together. It's gonna do that, and then the next phase is gonna restart every fucking thing, and you're gonna have everything from the beginning. So you're gonna have X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, all the properties.
So they're going to create all the universes into one.
like a reboot, like a soft
Flash
reboot.
did.
But you're gonna have no Flash didn't do that. But you're gonna have a new.
Flash.
But it's over. Their universe is done.
That's what I'm saying. The Flash did they broke every universe except the one, so now all the characters are in
Like a
one universe.
Yeah.
Did you see the Flash movie?
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the show. I'm sorry. I did not see the movie.
Oh, did they?
I'm talking about
yeah.
So,
Well, that's how Crisis on Infinite Earths
Yeah,
ends.
yeah.
It combines everything, but so Secret Wars kind of does it to where they have like to fight each other for their spot on the world. It's kind of cool. Secret Wars is great. The 1970s Secret Wars. If you want to read it, you can probably get like a copy of the whole set for like $50. So like in a big old graphic novel book, but it's really good. But it's gonna re-implode, and they're gonna have all their properties from the beginning. So it's gonna be a fresh universe, from the beginning. With like they're gonna recast a new young Tony Stark that can go a long time, a new Steve Rogers. All the characters are gonna restart. They're gonna have the Fantastic Four. They're gonna have the X-Men. It's no longer gonna be the Avengers franchise. That's gonna kick off just Marvel. That's just Marvel now. It's not the Avengers. It's just Marvel entirety. It's bigger than the Avengers. You know what I mean?
I mean, if it's done right, there's potential for.
Because it's kind of like the new 52, and then now you're in the new DC universe. You know, like the new
DC
52 is
is just-
over.
Not giving me what I've wanted out of DC.
Movie wise,
Yeah,
The Flash. I heard a lot of shit about The Flash.
I
Me
heard
and
it
old
was. I
Suave
heard
Jay.
it was a really good movie. It
Me and
had
Suave
bad, but I
Jay-
also heard it had bad CGI.
I'm explaining that in just one second. So me and Suave Jay went and saw that movie. Jay, how much did you laugh during The Flash?
A good bit.
Dude, that movie was fucking hilarious.
That movie was great.
We watched that movie, and then the next night we were like, I kind of want to watch it on cam, you know, like online, you know, just a recording of it. We didn't finish it because it kind of got late, but it was a good idea. But we're definitely like, I'm gonna buy it. Like, I enjoyed the fuck out of that
That
movie.
was a great
I
movie.
think it's.
They did
I
that
think it's
well.
partly because of that movie. I just don't want to like it. Maybe that's why.
You don't want to
understand.
like it, but if you
get
go see it,
past
you're gonna have a great fucking
You'll like
time.
it, yeah.
The movie does. It's hilarious because shit's just so random. Like, and it's the most outlandish thing. Like time's like warping and he's getting pulled away, and like he's just slowly like stretching backwards, and so like the last part's his face, so like his lips fly backwards but his mouth's still here, and he looks funny because it looks like this, but it's like way back.
It's great.
It's just
bro.
so many
you-
choices, but
have
the
y'all seen
CGI
the,
when he goes
yeah.
into the Speed Force looks weird like that on purpose. Everything was supposed to look rubbery because whenever you move that fast, like things don't look like they're like normal. When
That's
you're moving
fair.
that fast, you're
bending
gonna look
light.
like rubbery, bendy. Your
Yeah,
arms
you're
gonna stretch
bending-
out and
you're
look
bending
longer.
space.
You know what I
Moving that
mean?
fast.
So that's why everything looks.
And
It looks
time.
like toys.
I'm not
and
saying
shit.
it is. I'm saying I heard. This is just stuff I read.
It's just people wanting to hate on it because it's not continuing
It's-
the Snyderverse. It's ending the Snyderverse, and they just
And
want to hate it so much because I hate James Gunn and blah blah blah.
See,
blah.
I really liked his version of Justice League. Like I didn't really like it, but I liked it better than
But
the
they're
other
mad
one.
that James Gunn isn't continuing this. It's ending. Like the original. This was the original after credits.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you already know from the trailer, Flash goes back in time, changes shit, and then randomly in this new timeline, Bruce Wayne is just randomly Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, "Oh, you changed things," and the way he explains it is like, time, whenever you change it, it's on an axle like this. So if two things are the exact same, they run parallel. But if you were to change one thing at one point, sure, the future is going to change, but look, so is your past too. And as you go further back in time, things are going to also start to be more and more different. Just as like you go forward in time from changing off of the branch reality. You know, Marvel explains it like you create a branch reality, but they don't explain the back half. Yeah. You go backwards in time, so it's been changed. The past has also been changed by him changing that point here. For both future and past are affected, not just future, whenever you change a point in time, is what he's saying. So Michael Keaton is now Batman. And then I kind of want to just spoil the end for you, but it's not really going to spoil anything. It's just a gag at the very end of the movie. So the original plan was for Flash to change this point right here and then go back in time and then change one thing to prove his dad's innocence. Just one little tiny thing. Instead of saving his mom, he's like, that's too big of a change. It's going to fuck everything up. I have to just change one little tiny thing. So he changes one little tiny thing. His dad goes free, but then Michael Keaton's still Batman in this universe. It's still Henry Cavill, Superman, but then randomly just Michael Keaton, Batman. And it's always been like that to everyone. Because it's, you know, to them it's never changed.
Yeah, because he's the only one who could.
And then in the after credits of the movie, like Barry was going to be chilling and like his phone was going to ring and it was going to sound like really fuzzy and all you're going to hear is Ben Affleck's Batman like, Barry, I'm still alive. You need to find me. And then it was going to disconnect and it was going to set up fucking Crisis on Infinite Earths for live action movies. But instead of that, at the end of the movie, whenever he changes that one little thing and goes back in time, do you know who's Batman? Who they brought back to be Batman for that universe?
You told us.
Take a guess.
Yeah, George Clooney.
George Clooney.
From Batman and Robin, 1997.
He just gets out the car and he was like, hey, Ezra, we got to talk. And then it ends.
Like he does it with
he does the head bobble like his Batman
He recognizes that he did it.
He made fun of himself.
He made fun of himself, dude. I want to see him as
He did that as a
Batman
gag just because it's ending and we're never going to see anything more with it. Like, so why not just make it randomly George Clooney?
Yeah.
Right.
That was the Batman that made me love Batman. Batman and Robin, 1997.
It has so many moments like that. Can I spoil one more thing for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nicolas Cage's Superman is in the motherfucker.
Yes.
The
dude.
rumored Nicolas Cage
Yes.
Superman that was supposed to come out in 2006 that got canceled.
Yeah.
You saw that Superman in there with his long
With the
hair,
long hair.
flying like in a
He
different
looked-
universe.
he
You
looked
saw into a
amazing.
different universe, and there was Nick Cage's Superman defending it, like fighting a giant spider, which was a leaked part of the script. The movie was going to open with Nick Cage's Superman fighting a giant spider attacking a city. So when they saw into this world, Nick Cage is fighting a spider.
Superman movie.
Watch the movie,
And then
bro.
there was
It's
supposed
so
to be
good.
a crossover with Nick Cage Superman and Christian Bale Batman that was running at the same time.
Man, I would love to see it just because it's Nick Cage.
I would have came so hard.
And this movie proves that
Hey,
they
people
can
get-
still do that.
People get arrested for that in theaters.
They can
Cheeks.
still do
I know
that.
Pee Wee Herman did.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor
he did.
Pee-wee.
Pee Wee Herman got arrested for
He was messing with his
Jerking off.
Wasn't he
pee-pee.
in an adult movie?
yeah, but that's still
I
public
mean, yeah,
indecency.
it's still. I know
Yeah,
that.
he's
I'm
It's
not
not allowed to
just-
jerk off just because titties are on the movie
Yeah, you
screen.
can't just pull it out, you know? Pee Wee Herman messing with
Well, I
his
think I
pee-pee.
more have a question.
Pee Wee
of why-
Herman was playing with
Who
that
goes
Pee-wee.
to a theater to go watch porn?
You're famous. Buy a prostitute. Why are you at a theater?
Why are you at a theater at all? I mean, just be at home.
And you know what's funny? After he served his time and everything, he just went right back to doing the same shit.
Yeah.
He's got a Netflix special with him just doing the Pee Wee Herman show.
That man is a savage.
Yeah, he's a savage.
I always felt
And
like
he's so like, but I feel like if I met him in real life, he'd be like, fuck that shit. I ain't doing that fucking shit. You know, just F word every 5
I just
seconds.
wanted.
feel like
I just wanted to jerk
that
my dick in the
show
movie
is
theater.
It's like, all right, guys, that's all for today's episode. Where's this bitch that's gonna suck my dick? Just say the most fucking outrageous, fucking
He's just totally
most
different.
offensive shit.
You know who else I imagine like that? The guy.
Dude, it's gotta be like a counter. As good as he is on screen, he's gotta be that bad off screen.
Yeah.
You know,
You,
there's
you
no
know
way.
who else is like that? Definitely the dude who's in the suit for Barney. Like after all
Dude,
that
I
shit,
heard he got like
pulls
arrested
that
because he
off.
kept like yelling like curse words at
Yeah.
the kids in the suit. Like
you remember
he'd be
the,
on the stage,
Shut
he'd
the
be in the
fuck
suit
up.
being like be like, I love you, and a kid would fall over and be like, get your fucking shit together. I don't want to do
pay.
this again.
I would pay money to
love
see
you."
that. I would pay money to see that. Like
Apparently,
behind
that's
the
what
scenes,
happens.
behind the
I've heard
scenes
some
of Barney
shit.
and Friends.
oh,
He's
wasn't
like,
it?
he's just
do.
losing his shit.
Yeah, like
Wasn't
him
it the
losing his shit.
Teletubby? There was a baby in the Teletubbies.
That
but he-
baby now
The
has
baby
a
and the
baby.
son?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he like?
And then that
baby's older
baby
than me.
is the son in the reboot that they do nowadays for the Teletubbies. Apparently,
Oh,
I think I saw that.
Damn, I'd get paid twice.
Y'all know.
They did. No, they used the original baby grew up, had a baby, and now they use that baby.
Yeah.
You know
That's pretty
the
dope.
I know.
It
That's
is,
actually
right?
pretty cool.
you know the redhead
That was,
kid from Talladega Nights, Walker Texas Ranger, I believe is what his name was in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You know how
all
old
fucked
he
up on
is
Mountain
now?
Dew. That kid?
He's got to be like 25.
Dude, he's in his like
30s.
20s.
Oh.
No, he's in his 20s.
I thought he was in his 30s.
That's how old we are now. Fuck.
We're old, man.
I mean,
We're getting there. Well, Suave, that
I'm
2
an
ain't a
old
2
man.
no more.
Nah, I
The
left
big
the twos
three?
behind. I'm in the threes now.
He just made the 3s, but he's in it.
I'm about to beat your ass
just,
later for your
I wouldn't
birthday.
say just made. I'm gonna be 31 this year, so
I'll give you 31 strokes. I mean,
Yeah, we're
thank
close
you.
to it. We're closer to this.
I only
next
need 2 from you, baby.
I can't last that long.
one. He only needs 2.
I can only get one.
I can't last 31, so
When I see his ass, I nut immediately.
Oh,
that's why
I
I'm-
don't. I get negative.
I got it buried.
I get negative
so y'all,
thrusts. And,
y'all don't come.
oof. Ooh,
Yes, I can.
Jesus.
Huh?
He does have pretty toes, Arter
Thanks,
says.
man. I
I'm not
appreciate
into
that.
feet, but
He
apparently
said,
Arter
I'd
is.
fuck them feet.
Is it an Asian thing? Was that racist?
I don't think it's racist to say. I mean,
I was just asking a question. That's not racist.
so it's not racist.
they take
Thank
care
you.
of your feet, man.
But
and they do it well.
Wrong Asian line. Koreans don't do feet, and I do not
Vietnamese.
like feet.
Vietnamese people do feet.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they do it well, might I say.
Did you see that video?
Oh,
that,
I've gone.
did you see that?
Great.
They know
Did you see
their
that
shit.
video that blonde lady drunk singing? Well, she might not even been drunk, but she was being like really racist to like Asian
Oh,
people.
God,
There's, like,
I
an
love
Asian chick
that
there, and like
video.
she's talking like she's Asian.
Maybe
And it's like-
I'm a
I saw
ninja.
it. Yeah,
She
I
goes,
saw
I
that.
want to be
That was,
ninja, saying shit like that.
I was
Hold on, we gotta
embarrassed.
play. We
I
gotta
was
play.
embarrassed to see.
Oh God, I love
I
that
was
We
embarrassed.
gotta play.
video.
Nobody
people.
say anything else. Nobody say anything else. I need Arter to experience
This is why I don't like white people.
Arter, you're allowed to be offended on this.
Blonde, creamy white, bro.
I mean, I don't really get offended, so
Can I offend you?
I'm a walking stereotype Asian.
Yeah.
Not really. I suck at
No.
math.
Dude, me too. My dad's a math teacher and I suck at math.
I can do basic math, but
I mean, yeah, like the math I need at work, I could do that. But like
Yeah.
trigonometry, calculus, forget it.
I actually learned the formula to go from pounds to kilograms
I would
relatively
I don't
easy
know.
in your head.
how, man, teach me, learn me good.
100 pounds, right?
Uh-huh.
Divided by 2.
Okay.
What is it?
50.
Subtract. Shit, I have to look it up again. I only did it this
Math.
morning.
Math sucks, man. No,
He said
it's
subtract.
important.
No, hold on.
Probably
It's
the most important subject. Everything has math in it to a degree.
All right, here you go. I
if
got it. I
remember
got it for you.
right.
I got it for you.
What's up? How you doing?
Oh, nothing's working. Oh,
Technical difficulty.
I see what I did wrong. I touched the wrong slider.
You got to slide
Chow
it.
is such a creep. I gotta find a way to take down Chow one day. He pulled a ninja move. It got me to be cool. You know what? Maybe I too could be ninja. I want to be ninja.
It's so racist.
I want to be ninja.
But the fact that she's actually
Hold on, hold
doing
on.
that.
Chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown.
Goes in on it. Asian chick right there.
Bro, she's looking dead at her.
Like what is she
That's
doing?
fight right
That's
there.
enough. Yeah.
That's a little too
Okay.
much. You know what I'm saying? That's
So take
crossing the line there, huh?
It's funny
Take-
as fuck though. I'll give it to her.
take 120 pounds
Okay.
divided
what?
by 2.
60
So you have 60 minus the first number.
minus 120.
Nope.
-1.
Minus 6.
6.
Minus 6.
Oh, minus
60
the
minus
first
the
number
first
of
number.
the
Minus
half.
6.
Okay.
So
It's
I'm-
54.
So I'm 54 kilos.
54 kilograms.
Okay, I got it.
So
That's
I'm
the
like-
formula to go from pounds to
I saw-
kilograms.
Okay.
It's an. I mean, it's not
Thanks, man.
exact, but
yeah,
it's.
I mean, off the top of your head,
I
that's pretty
saw a TikTok and it was this gymnastics chick, whatever. I don't know. She was like Russian or something, and she like had her leg like up on this stack of things. Like she was showing her flexibility on her little TikTok, and it had the height, right? It had the height on there, and it said it said 2 meters, right? And the 2 meters was level with her head, and her leg was on there, and she was showing that she can get her leg up 2 meters, but she was also taller than the 2 meters. Do you know how tall 2 meters is? It's fucking 6'6", and then just like we're not going to talk about that. I'm like, how is it? There's no way this chick's 6'6".
Big Olga over there.
And it showed like the lady right behind her, and she was just as tall. So I'm like, I don't think like all these gymnasts in this room are fucking 6'6". Like
Most
Them Europeans,
I
man,
think they're just trying to
they're big,
capitalize on like they're like Americans don't know the metric system,
pretty much.
you know, and
I
trying
mean,
to
I
get
know
that
the
clout.
metric system.
But
I don't know. The
there's no way
conversion
she
for
was
that,
6'6",
but-
bro.
Oh, she might have been, man.
I mean, look at Jokic and everybody else from Europe. They seem so taller. So much taller
Jokic
than
is
us.
is not
He's a
just
freak.
Jokic isn't European.
He's a freak.
Okay, I know he's from
He's
Europe,
Slavic.
but he's not European.
Isn't he?
That man's from Siberia.
thought he
No,
was from
Serbia. Sorry, not Siberia.
Serbian.
Serbia.
He's a Serbian.
That man's from the cold.
Yeah,
They built different
they
up there.
built different up there, bro.
Hey.
And they're starting to enter.
And he
into
just
the
wants to go
NBA.
home and
Yeah.
train his horses.
He came here,
He was like
fucked up everybody, and now he's like, all right, let me go back to doing what I really want to do.
he was in the post game interview after he had won the game 5 of the finals.
How about the parade?
And he's just sitting there and he's like, I'm ready to go home. And they
Like,
were
no,
like,
the
they're
parade's on
like,
Thursday.
You can't go home
It's
until
just
after
too
the
hot to
parade.
do.
He's like, parade? And he looked at
When
like
is that?
he looked at the
The
manager or
head,
whatever. He's like, parade? And he's like, yeah. He goes, when? He's like, Thursday. He goes, oh, I gotta stay till Thursday. He goes, well, the parade's on Thursday. You can go home on Friday. And he's like, oh.
He's like, oh,
He's
I
like,
just want to
damn.
trade my horses.
But then whenever he actually got to the parade, he was drunk as shit, and he's like, I'm glad I stayed. I'm glad I stayed for parade.
They gave him a good.
that man
send-off,
did
dude.
literally used the whole NBA as a side gig.
Did,
He's like,
dude.
I'm gonna go
He
home
did.
now.
He really did.
The
It's
NBA's
like,
that
all
man's
right, I
pocket
made
money.
my money.
That's my new
man,
favorite player. right
that's my
there, bro.
spending
I-
money.
I can't think of anybody else right now. That
Dude,
would
the
come up like
the
he
man's a
did.
beast.
I don't think LeBron.
I
could've
saw
done that,
something that said like
you know?
they'd want to see him versus Shaq.
In
like-
the same position
Like
or
one-on-one,
1v1.
like
Yeah.
I don't.
Shaq.
Shaq can't shoot.
No, Shaq can shoot.
Shaq can't shoot.
I don't know that.
Shaq can shoot very well. Shaq shoots whenever he's right underneath the goal, 2 feet away from the basket, and makes it almost every time.
But I think a 1v1, like,
Jokic would probably win just because Jokic can stop and shoot a 3-pointer, and
And
Shaq cannot
that's
shoot
what
a
I'm- like,
3-pointer.
Shaq can't shoot. If it's a 1v1, like, but if you
No,
put him
but
in
Shaq
the
can do
same
a-
position,
Shaq can hit a layup or a close shot real easy.
I mean, he just drops it in. What do you mean?
That man has monster numbers in
No,
points.
yeah,
like
I
people
know.
don't realize how many points he scored.
yeah, like he's
But could-
it just
but I think in a 1v1, Jokovic would win in the same
Jokic,
position.
The Joker.
In the same position, like just numbers against each other, and the kind of like that way, Shaq wins.
Did you guys see the Celtics just traded their heart and soul? Everyone keeps saying it's quite aggravating. Actually, the Marcus Smart for Christoph Porzingis. Marcus Smart. I don't know who Muwap is, but anyways, so that's a European guy, and he's 7'3". Jesus. And he can shoot threes.
where's what's his name going? Pelicans guy. I can't think of his name.
Zion?
Yeah, where's
Nah,
Zion going?
They haven't said anything yet.
They said
He's going home.
Pelicans
can't-
said they're trading him, right?
He can't. Yeah. Oh yeah. They don't want to pay him anymore. He can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy. He's just in the shit. He just gets into trouble.
Apparently, he's got a
He's
small
like-
dick.
Oh, we're not going to get on here and
Oh,
shit on
let-
him.
no, I mean, he's makes more money than me.
I don't know that
Probably
man.
got a bigger dick than me, but
That man's a beast. I watched that man live. I saw that man, that nasty dunk he did against the Suns. That
No,
everyone
when
was
he
disrespected
plays-
at, I was at that game.
When he plays, dude's a monster.
He just can't play.
But it just can't
No,
stay
he
healthy.
can play. He just can't stay healthy. He's,
there we go.
I think he's played a
Can play in
third. I
spurts.
think he's missed 2/3 of the games.
He has played more than Ja though.
And how many seasons?
Well, like 4 now.
Okay,
4
is
seasons.
it okay?
Oh my god.
Cheeks would be able to answer if this was real or not. I saw a post the other day that Ja was getting suspended for the next 23 games at the start of
Yes.
the season.
Yeah, that's all he's getting.
Which is why the Grizzlies just traded for Marcus Smart. That's where Marcus Smart went. He went to the Grizzlies and
Okay,
a
now
3-team trade because they needed a point guard
am
replacement.
I wrong? But is that the whole season?
no, they played like 82 games.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know basketball
That's
that
not-
well.
Yeah, that's like a third of the season.
It's like
So it's another slap on
yeah.
the wrist.
Well, he's gonna miss a third of the season, so he misses a third of his salary.
But it's how much is guaranteed? Wasn't it the whole
If
200?
if you get in trouble with the law, that waives your guaranteed.
Okay,
Okay, so he gets a third of his salary.
I don't know their contract.
So,
yeah.
uh,
Well, that's with
NBA
any contract. You can get out of any contract you have with a company that like or with a person if like there's like if they do like some illegal ass shit, you can be like, oh, I'm out. Like by law, they can't stop you from backing off if they're in trouble. Like
NBA's like MLB, bro. They're playing like every day.
They play every 2 days, every other day during the
Gotcha.
season, and if they have to travel far, they 3 days.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they're playing a lot. They're never home.
Like their playoff series, all of them, like in the NFL, like this team plays this team in the playoff. Loser goes home, winner goes on. In the NBA, they do the same thing, but they play best out of 7 series. So they play first one to win 4 games against each other goes on.
For sure.
So they play
at least
they play
4
a lot.
games.
They play a lot. I'll put it this way: basketball starts in like 3 months again, and then it'll go back till next summer. Yeah, it starts around
It never stops to me.
late September, early October, I think, somewhere in there.
It
But I don't really watch it until like I start watching it in March.
I started following it for like March Madness, but that's,
I love
That's
March
college.
Madness.
Well, no, I mean I'll follow that.
It's about the only basketball I watch. I watch March Madness. I keep up with March Madness. And I watch it. Keep up with March Madness.
March
every year.
Madness is really good.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. I
I'll
enjoy
say this,
basketball.
man. I've gotten into basketball more, hanging out with y'all and talking with y'all, and also playing NBA 2K.
Yeah, 2K's fun, man.
I've
I
ordered.
think-
I'm gonna.
I think we don't have to
gotta
do-
order the
we don't have to
Bluetooth
I
thing.
feel like I've looked over basketball
We can.
in my life since then.
So here's what we need to
until
do.
now, I
We
guess.
can look over the next 2K if you want to, and then wait for the next one. But at some point,
2K25?
yeah, we need to buy one of the 2Ks right when it comes out, like get the deluxe edition, so that we can immediately be good online. Like because right now we're starting and the game's been out for months, so everybody's already max level
Tear
that we're
it
gonna
up,
play
yeah.
against.
Tear it
So we
up.
need to like at the beginning when everyone first loads on, everybody's a low ass level, and that's what we need to do: get in there and earn our VC and rank up our
Let's
guy
do
with
that
everyone else.
For 2K25, let's do that.
For 25, yeah, we don't have to do 24 since we just got 23, but 25.
I'm down for that if y'all down.
So we can start from the beginning of the season and not join when everyone's already max fucking leveled out, and then we're just getting annihilated online.
Let's revisit that in 2 years. When's it come out? Like late?
It'll
like
come out.
Q4
No,
late
it'll-
2024.
no,
When
it'll-
does 24? When
it'll
does
come out-
2K24 come out?
this year, I think.
It'll come
right?
out in like October 2024. Well,
Yeah.
25
Yeah.
will come out.
So 2K24 coming out in October this year. So a year from then.
Why don't we just get that one? It's only a couple months.
Well, let's wait on it. I mean,
We don't have to. I mean, you got a couple months still.
We could. I mean,
I know.
I'm not opposed. To
I know what
24,
game
25.
I am getting in a month. Armor Core.
I heard
What's the
that
new
was a
one?
good game.
What's
man.
that?
My boss.
Armor
was
Core
telling
Why
me
does
sick.
it
about
sound
that.
familiar?
It's a mecha build fighting game. with
Yes.
Do you
robots.
actually control the
Yes.
robot?
Yeah,
It's-
you
it's super
completely
cool looking.
customize
It's like
build these
Titanfall,
robots.
but more
It's like what
improved.
Titanfall should have been.
Yes.
I didn't play
Titanfall was good, but this is like Titanfall, but even better than that now.
Dude, on Titanfall.
So the only reason I
played
looked into
Titanfall
this-
online, that game was not challenging. I just fly.
Carson
kill
said the
somebody,
same
fly
thing.
back
Carson
in,
said that game was so goated that he could go in and it would destroy
annihilate. Like
yeah.
from the beginning, like I played the campaign, got the controls down. Like the campaign, I played on like the second hardest difficulty because sometimes I just be like that, and it wasn't really challenging at all. I think I might have died once during the
Later-
whole campaign, and then I go on the line. And my very first game, I'm a rookie, and I think I got like 40 kills
Yeah,
and like only 2 deaths. I'm like, is it supposed to be that easy? And every time I play,
when
I
it
always
first
did that.
came out, it wasn't very popular. There wasn't a lot of people playing it, but later on in its life, it became really difficult. People started playing.
Well, I played it later on.
Oh, okay.
Like I didn't play. I played it whenever it came out.
I didn't play it.
I know I bought
I
it when
played
it first came out.
Titanfall on PS4 whenever it became free for PS4.
Okay,
I just
then-
downloaded to try.
That might have
it
been
out.
later on, but I know I bought it when it first came out, and then like kind of didn't like it, and then went back and played it later on, like midlife, and it was fucking.
found it
them,
so
them
easy.
kids were demons.
You just light them up like every time. It was just the easiest thing ever. You're in your robot suit. You light them up with that. They're gonna light you up too. But while you're lighting them up, eject yourself and then fucking start hitting them from the air with it at the same time. You'll blow up their fucking shit every single time. Easy as shit. And then I can, even if you're in a suit and you see me, I can outmaneuver you grappling so easily. Like I don't understand why this
But
game's hard. For
Armor
people.
Core-
All you gotta do is like jump one way and then grapple the other, and then they shoot there, and you're fucking way over here. Like it's.
The only reason I looked at Armor
like-
Core so bad is
It's like
'cause I'm-
Mario Party when they're crawling on the gate and the serving the racket thing, and I can always pretty much always
Yeah.
avoid. It's the same thing. I just know a pattern that you're not going to beat every time.
Armor. That's gonna be a good game, man.
I'll play it.
I definitely
The only
think
reason
we
I'm
should
looking
all.
at, the only reason I looked at it so bad because I'm a really big fan of Gundams.
Me too, but like,
So, like-
as a kid, I was so like.
Well, I've
I
watched.
still am. I just haven't.
I've watched
really
a
All right,
shit
visited
all right,
ton
hold
that.
up. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about we're gonna stop this episode. And we're gonna talk about video games on the next episode because the new Mario games got announced, and we're gonna talk about it.
All right,
Next
so stay
episode.
tuned to the next episode.
Love you.
1:30
you.
yarder.
Love you all.
How late we're wanting to be here.
You can discuss that off the podcast.
Why don't you love us, Hayes?
I know.
Brain cells.
Hayes is looking for the door.
Oh, we got to go to Ocean Springs.
They can wait.